Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to Wainwright. We've got an exciting evening on deck for you as the Rustlers and the Irma Aces kick off the second round of the ECSHL Alberta Senior Hockey League playoffs. It's a rivalry that's been around for decades, and these two clubs have waited over 20 years to face each other in the playoffs. And we are in for one doozy of a hockey game. We're about to get going, but first we'll hear from our PA announcer, listen to O Canada, and then we'll get underway. And it is time for some playoff hockey. These two teams both got out of the opening round of the playoffs in similar fashion, both of them losing game one of the best of five series and then rattling off three straight victories to move on to the second round. The Rustlers, for those of you who tuned in for last weekend's 3-0 shutout, game three went on to win in Oyen the following night to close out their series and book themselves a date with the Irma Aces starting here tonight. And these two teams with a long, long history of rivalry come back together in the playoffs for the first time in a long time. And the Aces win the opening draw of the series. They send the puck in deep. And Eisman comes out to play it around the wall. Tippler's there to pick it up, bang it off the boards, and down the ice. Fletcher able to drag it through a defender's skates, then get a low shot on goal. It's kicked aside by the Aces goaltender, Austin Pryor. Tommy Eisman between the pipes for the Rustlers. That sharp angle shot blocked by Miller, and he sends it around the boards to Tippler. He'll skate it himself through the neutral zone across the blue line and over to Blake Fletcher. Fletcher fires a shot high and over the net. Carson Fletcher able to keep it inside the blue line and get the puck deep. But Woodward wasn't able to hold on to it, and the Aces come the other direction. They flip it down the ice looking for former Rustler and team leading scorer a couple of years ago, Mike Shirley, who's now a member of the Aces. Carson James able to chip the puck in deep. Hamilton trying to chase it down. But the Aces get to it first, ring it around the wall, but Dicker's there to pick it up. And the one-timer from Carson James is blocked. Now Zach McKay carries it down the left wing across the blue line. He gets stood up by Fletcher, loses control of his stick. Now he's just trying to pin the puck along the boards with his skates, but the Rustlers poke it loose. They get it to Hamilton and they draw a penalty. Mackay, in an act of desperation with no stick in his hands, takes a holding penalty, and the Rustlers will be the beneficiaries of the first power play opportunity of the night. Rustlers win the draw, and it's Miller from the point. His shot deflected, but doesn't make it to the net, and the ace is able to clear. That stretch pass looking for Ackroyd, just a little off the mark, and it goes down for an icing call with 1:38 left in the Rustler power play. These two teams very evenly matched. The Rustlers got the better of the Aces in the regular season, beating them in both matchups, which gives them the home ice advantage in this series because they both ended up finishing the season 12-6. And since the Rustlers have joined the ECSHL Alberta Senior Hockey League 2 seasons ago, these teams have gone 2-2 against one another. But somebody will come out of this best of 5 series victorious, and it starts here tonight. Rustlers trying to get things going on the power play. But a fantastic effort by Tyler Fisher, pinning the puck against the wall for a good 15-ish seconds. The Rustlers quickly down the ice, though. They now battle in the other corner. Mullet can't get to that loose puck, and the Ace is able to clear with 55 seconds left in the Rustler power play. Herzog able to pick up a loose puck on the forecheck, but Eisman pokes it away with his goalie stick. Getting up to Dicker, and now over to Comerford. His low shot is scooped up by Pryor and held onto for the whistle. Now Comerford with a cross ice pass to James. Goes between his legs. Nearly went for icing, but he beat it out. The Aces flip the puck towards the blue line and then able to slash it out of the zone and down the ice. Comerford picks it up behind his own net. And the pass off the mark, and the Aces clear it once again as Mackay comes out of the box. And Irma kills off their first penalty of the night. Fisher nearly forcing a turnover in the slot, but Eisman jumps in that loose puck and gets a whistle. And the Aces win the draw back to the point. Mackay with a shot kicked aside by Eisman. Leggett's able to chip it out to the neutral zone. Chase Fletcher trying to hunt that puck down. Lishka picks up the loose puck, fires a shot over the net, and it rings around the boards and out of the zone. Now Miller fires it in deep. Lishka grabs it along the wall and gets it into the corner. Fletcher has it knocked off his stick. The Aces not able to escape the zone, though. Lishka with a great effort play to keep the puck in and send it in towards the goal where Pryor scoops it up. Rustlers win the draw. A quick shot from Carson Fletcher is blocked. He's able to bat the puck out of the air and in behind the net. Now the Aces go cross ice with an aerial pass, but Josh Berg chases it down, plays it in behind the net to his D partner Fletcher. And then he gets rocked by Taylor Shibata at the side of the net. And the Aces get the puck back, but then Tipler steals it away. Tried to skate through a trio of white jerseys. Couldn't find any space. The Aces steal it away and then send it down the ice for an icing. Hamilton won the draw forward, and Dicker nearly had a chance at the side of the goal. Couldn't pull the trigger on a shot. And Shibata steals the puck away. Sorry, Mackay steals the puck away. Comes flying down the right wing, fires a shot just over the net. Shibata nearly able to keep it inside the blue line, but the Rustlers force the puck out just in front of the Wainwright bench. Now Mullet tied up along the boards, but he kicks the puck over to Cody Jackson. His pass off the mark, and Pryor knocks it down, gets it over to Pfister. Now battle in the corner. Rustlers come away with it, but now they do get it out of the zone. Hamilton got a piece of it, able to chip it out to center ice. The Aces get it right back in, though. Jackson off the glass. Out to Dicker in the neutral zone. He loses the handle on it. Rustlers have to tag up, get on side. But now Carson James fires a low shot, steered into the corner by Pryor. Glover and Comerford tangling along the wall there. The Aces come away with the puck. And then the Rustlers steal back and send it in behind the Irma net. Now Comerford carries it across the line, fires a shot, and Pryor just got a piece of that with his glove. Pass from behind the net, ends up at the point. Miller shoots, looking for a redirect, but it's redirected into the corner. Now Lawson throws a hit at the blue line, knocking Fletcher off the puck, but the Rustlers able to hold on to it. And it's Tipler down the right wing. Goes to the middle of the ice to Fletcher, but the pass is behind him. And the Ace is able to escape. It's the captain, Fisher, chipping it out across the blue line. Rustlers get it right back and do the same the other way. Fisher gains the line and gets the puck in deep. Now Berg from deep in his own territory flips it way up in the air, lands right at center ice, and the Aces pick it up. They send it right back to the Wainwright blue line. And Chase Fletcher, all kinds of speed, but couldn't hunt down that loose puck. Now he might have a chance. So Rustlers keep it in the zone, and a pass right out in front of the net. Can't reach Ackroyd in time. And another former Rustler, Ross Herzog, comes up ice. He can't handle that return pass in front of the net. And things are starting to get physical. Horn just steps out of the way of a huge hit as Fletcher sends the puck in deep. Horn chasing it down. But the Aces able to clear it. Now Herzog from the neutral zone gets it across to Mackay on the right wing. His shot right in the breadbasket, and Eisman squeezes that one to get a faceoff. Now Dicker picks up the puck along the wall, chips it forward, and the Aces get it in deep again. Hard pass off the wall, just got out across the blue line, so the Aces have to dump it in, and they go for a partial change. Now Miller up to Carson James. He just stays on side, fires a shot, looking for the far post. But a good save made by Pryor. Now Dicker in the corner. Looks for an outlet and nearly had James wide open right in front, but the pass is a little off the mark. Horn's shot is blocked. The rebound ends up on Dicker's stick. He goes to the middle of the ice, but Miller wasn't ready for it. James able to pick it up and cycle it down low. Dicker gets to it first in the corner. Nice little toe drag to avoid Lawson, but the Ace is able to get it back. They send it down the ice a little too far, and that's going to be an icing call. With 9:51 left to go in this first period, still a scoreless hockey game. The Aces win the draw. But great pressure from the Rustlers forces a turnover and a loose puck right in front of the net. Was wobbling around in the air, but the Aces pick up the rebound, and now it's Mackay down the left wing. He spins around in the corner, tries to get it out in front. Great effort from Zach Mackay, but an even better stick from Carson Fletcher to knock it away. Now Chase Fletcher tries to flip it out of the zone, but can't get enough under it. That long shot from the point misses, ends up back at the right side of the point. Gainey gets the puck deep. Now Berg picks off a pass, plays it off the glass, out to the neutral zone to relieve a little bit of pressure for the Rustlers. Mackay's pass doesn't connect. But now a chance out in front. And a bobbling puck for Shibata. He couldn't get anything on it. And Eisman able to swat it away with its stick. Another chance here, and Shibata's shot goes wide. Justin Gainey goes crossway to Jones-Tooth. Gainey's shot goes off a shin pad and into the corner. Now Fisher gets it to Jones-Tooth at the point. His shot with a screen in front is kicked aside by Eisenman. And good positioning from Woodward to break up that cross-ice pass. Tipler picks up the loose puck, fires it forward for Blake Fletcher, but he's surrounded by three white jerseys. Gets bumped and loses the puck, but the Rustlers get it back in their own end. The pass behind Carson James, giving the Aces a chance here, and James picked up the loose puck, but he was himself just a stride offside. So the whistle blows with 7:49 left to go in the period. Now a shot from Hofer is kicked aside by Eisman, and then we get the whistle blowing and some rough stuff in the corner. It's going to be a penalty against the Rustlers. And right at the side of the goal, it's going to be Cole Horn taking a tripping minor. So the Rustlers on the penalty kill for the first time tonight. Leggett, Woodward, Berg, and Fletcher on the penalty kill for the Rustlers. The Aces win the draw, but a little too sharply. And the puck scoots all the way down the ice.
On the 33. Come on, 2-2-15. 7:33. I can mark 35. 4.
It's Fisher, Shabata, Herzog, Zach McKay, and Jordan McKay on the power play for the Aces that hasn't had an opportunity to set themselves up yet. 50 seconds gone now on the horn penalty.
4.
Now the Aces gain the zone. That shot from the top of the circle goes off a skate and wide of the net. The Rustlers able to clear it once again. And a chance for the Rustlers. Another opportunity there as Carson James knocked down a clearing attempt from Austin Pryor and had a wide open net. Bit of a sharp angle, but a wide open net nonetheless. Austin Pryor had to scrawl back into his crease to knock it away with the stick. And now another chance shorthanded. Rustlers come in and they score! Kyler Lishka with the shorthanded marker opens the scoring, and with 5:58 left in the period, the home team is ahead. Now the Aces win the draw. Glover skates across the blue line. So they got 15 seconds left on their power play, the Aces do. Now from the corner, the Aces skated out towards the front. Now the Rustlers have another chance. It's Blake Fletcher coming in. Goes to the forehand and just barely can't get it over the outstretched right pad of Austin Pryor. Now Horn is out of the box. The Rustlers back to full strength. And Horn picks up the puck. Feeds it forward to Fletcher. Fletcher comes in. Cuts to the front of the net. Goes to the backhand. Loose puck in the crease. Comerford took a whack at it. Pryor is able to get his glove on it. And the Aces, not too pleased. Although Comerford taking a whack at that puck in the blue paint. But it was loose. Well, we got one Irma player headed to the box. It'll be Denver Pryor going to the box for Irma, and Cole Comerford will head there for the Rustlers. Offsetting minors for those two. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the opening period. The Aces win the draw, but the Rustlers quickly steal it away. Horn from the top of the circle fires a shot that's blocked. A chance at the face-off dot for Fletcher. But Pryor holds on and gets the whistle. Aces ring it around the wall, but can't get it out of the zone. And now it's Hofer down the middle of the ice. Referee's hand is up. The Aces are going to get a power play. Now we got some rough stuff. We got a wrestling match out of center ice. I didn't see the hit. I think there was a hit behind the play. Oh, yeah, that was a big high hit. The referee immediately had his hand up. So Cole Horn was heading to the box for the initial hit. And then Brandon Glover jumped Horn immediately after that hit. So we'll see what comes of this, how it all shakes out. But tensions are starting to rise. And what was expected to be, or nearly guaranteed to be, a high emotion game and series here between these two clubs. So it's going to be an Irma power play. I don't know what the official penalty calls were, but it's going to be a 2-minute power play for the Aces. Now we're just making sure we got enough players in the penalty box for the Rustlers. They're going to send Calvin Dicker across the ice to serve the extra. I imagine it's going to be a pair of offsetting roughing minors, and my guess would be a charge on the original hit from Cole Horn.
Thunder to Irma on the 13. So, it's 4-4. So, okay, 4-4. So he went first. Take me. Paul Moore. Give me for interference. Give me for rough.
Well, they're going to call the penalty interference.
34.
And then a great shot block there from Josh Berg as the Rustlers have killed off the first 30 seconds of this Horn penalty. The Aces now from their own end look for a breakout. It's Herzog with the puck on a stick. He gains the red line, plays it into the far corner. Shibata chasing it down. Rustlers got to it first as Miller took a whack at it, but couldn't get it out across the blue line. Now Zach McKay plays it down low for Shibata. Out in front looking for Herzog, but a pair of Rustler sticks in there were able to knock it away. Now Gainey trying to find some space, being pressured by Hamilton. He's able to get it up ice to Herzog. Now Shibata drops it for Mackay. Gets it over to Shibata. Whole lot of patience. He tries to pass it out in front. It went through Eisman's legs from behind, but the Aces couldn't get a stick on it. Now Gainey skates it down to the top of the circle. Looking to the back post. Puck ends up in the corner. And now Shibata at the point. Across the way to Gainey. Back to Shibata. At the blue line. Fires it across to Fisher. Couldn't get the one-timer off. Loose puck in the crease, and Eisman able to jump on it and make a huge save. 23 seconds remaining in the Cole Horn penalty. And 2:57 left in this opening period. Aces able to keep it inside the blue line, take a whack at it, and knock it down in front of the net. A sprawling Ty Miller breaks up that play, and then Berg able to get a hold of the puck, played off the glass. Got it out of harm's way for a moment, but now the Aces cycling it around before Comerford steals it away. Can't get it out across the blue line, and a couple shots there saved by Eisenman. Now Berg gets tied up in the corner. The Rustlers still can't get it out. Now the Rustlers finally pick it up, and it's their goal scorer, Lishka, carrying it through the neutral zone out across the blue line, where he can't get past Mackay. Rustlers just able to get the puck in deep. Dicker picks off a pass at center ice, though. Skates it into the zone, leaves it for Carson James. His shot is blocked, but Dicker picks up the rebound, takes a whack at it in front, loose puck right at the top of the crease, and Pryor eventually able to get his big glove hand on it. And with 1:32 left in this first period, we got a face-off upcoming. Rustlers win the draw. And they cycle it down low. Hamilton had his stick tied up, so he couldn't get to that puck in behind the net. Jackson able to keep it inside the zone. Now Hamilton picks it up, spins, and fires it into the corner. Gainey's there to pick up the puck. Larson trying to chip it out across the blue line. Now the Aces do get it out, and it's Shibata down the right wing. Little toe drag, steps around Mullet, but Mullet got just enough of that puck to knock it loose. So we hit 60 seconds to go. Fletcher's clearing attempt is knocked down. Mullet then sends a stretch pass looking for Ryder Tipler, who just stepped off the bench, but it was just one stride too far. So 46.4 seconds to go. Face off coming up on Eisman's left-hand side. Aces won the face-off, and Fisher with a quick shot from the top of the circle is gloved down by Eisman. Herzog wins the face-off forward. Tried to get a shot on goal, but somebody got a stick on it. Popped way up in the air and it landed in the corner. Now Berg scoops it up and rings it around the boards, but not out of the zone. 30 seconds to go now. As the puck makes its way to the point, Fisher fires a rocket of a shot. Eisman steers it away with his blocker and way up over the glass into the netting. 23.7 seconds before the buzzer. And off the draw, the Rustlers played off the glass, but not out of the zone. Miller has it pinned against the wall. 10 seconds to go. The Aces finally get the puck loose. Mackay's got it. Feeds it over to Fisher. Plays it to the front of the net. Brandt trying to get a stick on it, but it got tied up. And the buzzer goes, and the Rustlers avoid a last-minute push from the Aces there, and they get away the first period with a 1-0 lead.
Wow.
Exciting first period to get this series kicked off. And that'll do it for the first. We're going to take a break for the intermission, grab a beverage, and we'll be back in about 20 minutes for the start of the second. Welcome back, everybody. We are set to get underway here in the second period. It's a 1-0 Rustler lead after 20 minutes of play. And that'll be a quick icing call against the Aces. For the Rustlers with some fresh ice, an offensive zone faceoff. And Fletcher wins it. Miller gets it at the point, slides it down to Chase Fletcher. He tries to wrap around. Nothing doing there. Horn not able to keep it into the blue line, but does knock it down just outside the blue line. Puck bouncing around along the line there. Tippler wasn't able to knock it down, but Horn backed him up. Scooped up the puck and sent it in deep. Now Tippler along the half wall gets it to Miller at the point. His hard shot blocked by Zach Mackay. Now Mackay gains the red line, sends it in right on net. Eisman got a piece of it with his blocker, and it trickled in behind the net. Now the puck ends up on the back of the net, so the whistle blows. Shut things down. Aces win the faceoff, and Gainey's quick shot goes off his skate, hopped up in the air, and Berg knocks it down. He gets it over to Hamilton. Hamilton can't quite control that pass. Rustlers stay on side though, and a chance there for James, but his shot over the net. Dicker from the corner cycles it down to Carson James. He goes across to Hamilton. Hamilton back down low to Dicker. Hamilton in the corner once again. Puck takes a high hop off the boards, and the Rustlers able to get to the point. Berg with a long snapshot, scooped up by Pryor, and the whistle blows. Rustlers off the draw, get it out for the point, and that shot from Jackson is deflected just wide of the net. Now he's going to chase it down along the wall, but he can't get there, and the Aces have a chance to clear. Rustlers quickly get it back in. And the Aces send it down the ice. That's going to be an icing call. Just over 2 minutes expired here in the second period. Rustlers with a few chances already since the start of the second period. Now a muddled draw, and the Aces come away with it. It's Fisher skating it through the neutral zone. His shot rides up the stick of Mullet and into his jersey. It pops out, ends up on Fletcher's stick. Now Mullet gets it back, and he'll chip it out into the neutral zone. Fletcher picks it up there, gets it across to Aykroyd. He comes in, fires a shot, kicked aside by Pryor. Now that pass off the wall towards Mackay looked like it caught a linesman's skate, but the Aces able to hold on to it. Sharp angle shot, saved by Eisman, and the Rustlers pick up the rebound. Fletcher bangs it off the glass. Miller picks it up. He comes in, drops it to Fletcher. Fletcher with a chance and a great opportunity, but his shot high and wide in the net. Woodward from the corner passes it out in front. Can't hit Fletcher, but Tippler keeps it inside the blue line. Cycles it down low to Woodward. The Aces steal it away, play it up the wall. And now Lawson down the left wing. He's got Fletcher to beat, but Fletcher stands him up in the slot, and then coming in behind the trailer was Bowen Larson. And his shot ends up right on the logo of Eisman's chest, and he holds on for a face-off. And the Aces with a chance right out in front. Herzog's one-timer. Kicked aside by Eisman. Just got enough of it to steer it into the corner. And the Rustlers send it down the ice, and the whistle blows for icing. Aces win the draw, and that shot from Gainey goes wide of the net. Irma keeps it in the zone. It's Herzog feeding it over to Gainey at the point. He sends it in deep towards Shibata. But he can't pick up the puck. Rustlers with a chance to clear, and they don't. Fletcher up the wall to James. Nice little play to get it over to Hamilton. He flips it up for Dicker, catches it with his hand, drops it to his stick. Dicker comes in, fires, and he scores! Calvin Dicker makes it 2-0 for the Rustlers on a nifty little play. Pops it up over the blocker of Austin Pryor, and he extends the lead. Rustlers out to a 2-0 advantage. Now the Aces from the point, they fire and score. A quick answer from the Irma Aces. Denver Pryor puts one in from the point, off the post and in. And just seconds after Dicker extends the Rustler lead, the Aces make it a 1-goal game once again. Now Woodward out across the blue line, loses the handle on the puck, and it gets knocked away. Pfister gets it in deep for the Aces. And now Miller settles down a rolling puck in the neutral zone. He's being pressured, so he just flips it in to Irma territory. The Aces get it right back out. And now battle along the wall. Fletcher is the one to pick it up. Tries to split a pair of Aces players at the blue line, but lost control, and the puck ended up in the corner. The Aces then dump it in. Stretch pass towards Aykroyd. He was able to get a piece of it, but couldn't pick up the hard pass. Rustlers keep the puck in deep for the moment. And Lawson gets rubbed out along the wall. Rustlers come the other way. It's Chase Fletcher down the left wing, gets it over to Comerford. He drops it for Aykroyd, but that shot ends up right in the rear end of his teammate Comerford. Rustlers send the puck down the ice and take an icing call. Now Herzog off the draw. Tried a little one-man show, trying to win it to himself, but couldn't get a shot off. Now Mackay from the point. Feeds it over to Herzog. He gets his pocket picked. And now Fletcher down the left wing. He was being harassed. All he could do is chip it down in deep in the Irma zone. And then James forces a turnover just inside the blue line, gets it deep. Hamilton chasing it down. Tried to pass back to Horn at the point. Aces pick it off, but then Dicker stole it away. James in the near corner, skates it behind the net. Passes it right out in front, and a chance for Dicker. But Pryor makes a great point-blank save. Horn with a good defensive stick. Knocks the puck loose. James carries it across the blue line now. Feeds it forward to Dicker. Back to James. Leggett is out in front. Took a whack at it, but that puck was bouncing and rolling, and he couldn't get a hold of it. Dicker slides the puck out in front. Nobody there to pick it up. And it scoots out to the neutral zone. And now the Rustlers poised for another power play as Leggett got upended in the neutral zone. And Irma touches the puck and the whistle blows. It's going to be Bowen Larson, 2 minutes for tripping. And the Rustlers will go to the power play for the first time since early in the first period. Looking to regain their 2-goal lead. And they win the draw.
Great.
Miller at the point. Gets it to Fletcher. His shot wide of the net. Around the glass and ends up on Mullet's stick. Over to Miller, down to Fletcher. Fletcher walks up the wall. Gets it back to Miller at the point. Back to Fletcher, top of the circle. Miller once again. Looking for a shooting lane. Can't find one. Feeds it over to Mullet. Now down in front to Tippler. And his backhand wide of the net. Fletcher picks up the rebound. Miller at the point. He winds, doesn't fire. Back to Fletcher, top of the circle. A low shot kicked aside by Pryor. Miller gets it back once again. Fires a low shot again, and the Rustlers score! Aykroyd standing on the doorstep waiting for the rebound. And it lands right on his stick, and he pops it home, and he's got some words for Austin Pryor as he skates towards his bench for the flyby. It's a 3-1 lead for the Rustlers, courtesy of Cole Aykroyd on the power play.
You don't know you try something. Why? You never need a movie. Or I need a good team. Fuck you. Can you go 12 game? Hardly. Good. I'm looking for copies. I'll 12 away. Less.
Now Mackay gains the red line, rings the puck around the boards. Glover plays it out in front. And a loose puck, and they score once again. The Aces answer back almost immediately. It's Tristan Hofer as he drives one past Thomas Eisenman. A heavy clapper from the high point, or from the high slot. And twice in this second period, the Aces have bounced back in the blink of an eye after giving up a goal. And now we got ourselves a 3-2 hockey game.
Rondo, quarantine, fingerprint sessions. In Cooper, get my 15. Starting the time. The 13. Everything. No, let him finish.
A chance in tight, and the Aces score again. It's Zach Mackay tying the game, standing at the top of the crease. The shot from the point was partially blocked, and it trickled towards the net. Mackay picked it up and scooped it home. A nice goal from number 9, who's played many a hockey game here in this barn, as have many of the Aces.
Oh, quarantine. Zach McCown.
And it's a 3-3 hockey game with a little over 11 minutes to go in the second period, and the Rustlers trying to answer with some physicality, a couple of big hits on the ensuing shift after the tying goal. And then the Aces ice the puck. Things slow down just a little bit. Well, you can feel the energy in here. We got a big crowd here tonight. Obviously, Irma just 20 minutes down the road. Plenty of Aces fans in attendance here. The walking track behind both nets is shoulder to shoulder packed. And now Dicker. Nice little toe drag. He sends the puck out in front looking for Hamilton, but just out of his reach. Rustlers try to get it in deep, but Berg's little chip had a little too much mustard under it and ends up over the glass and in the crowd. Rustlers win the draw, but the puck's bouncing around. They're able to keep it in the blue inside the blue line, but not for long. The Aces chip it out of the zone. And now the Rustlers with the chance. Oh, and they call it offside. I'm not too sure about that. Looked like Dicker. Looked like James had gotten onside before Dicker picked up that puck, but it's in the past now. When the Aces come down the ice, Hofer gets bumped in the corner. Puck comes loose and Fletcher picks it up. Gets it to Chase Fletcher. He gets tripped up. The referee's hand was already up for a slash. I don't think they're going to take another one for the trip. But it's going to be Tristan Hofer heading to the box. It's going to be a slashing penalty. And the Rustlers right back on the power play, trying to break this 3-3 tie. The referee blows things dead. We'll do the face-off all over again. Rustlers win the draw to kick off their power play. Comerford sends it in the slot. James redirect goes this wide. Dicker from behind the net gets it up to Hamilton. And now Fletcher gets it to Comerford, the one-timer wide of the net. Dicker in the corner, spins around. Hamilton's able to pick it up. James picks it up. That's to Fletcher, but that shot goes off a stick and wide. Ace is able to clear it, but Fletcher knocks it down at center ice. And now we got some rough stuff right in front of the Irma bench. Comerford is going to the box for interference, and he does not like it. He has some spicy words for referee Scott Walker. And watching my trusty replay, he has an argument. I didn't see the number, but he and an Irma player just got tied up. It wasn't a tussle or anything. He just got tied up when the Aces player went down. But the call is interference, and the Rustler power play is over. 9:37 left in this second period, and we got 4-on-4 hockey.
4, 1, 2, 37. 1, 3, 9, perfect.
Now Herzog skates it into the zone, gets stood up by Horn, and the Rustlers chip it out all the way down to the Irma blue line. Gainey will skate it before playing it into the far corner. Shibata there to pick it up. Plays it out in front, looking for Herzog. The puck was bouncing around on him. He finally settles it down and gets it to the point. Glover sends it out in front, and a great chance there for Shibata. Eisman with a fantastic save. And then he gloves down the shot from the point to get a whistle. 28 seconds remaining in the Hofer penalty. And then the Aces have a power play of 30 some odd seconds, almost 40 seconds. Rustlers win the draw, and Berg skates it through his zone. But just outside the blue line, he gets his pocket pick. Mackay with a nice toe drag. Step around Fletcher, but can't get a shot on goal. Mackay loses his stick. But Fisher's there to back him up. He picks it up, plays it across the blue line, but Glover wasn't there. And now James skates it down the ice. Leaves it for Hamilton. His shot steered aside by the blocker of Pryor. Rustlers shorthanded now. They cycle it down low in the offensive zone. 20 seconds to go in the Aces power play. Now Herzog with a little speed down the right wing. Sorry, that was Hofer, not Herzog. And his backhander right on goal. But Eisman makes the save easily. Holds on for the whistle with 8 seconds to go on the power play and 7:44 to go in this second period. Aces win the draw, and it's Gainey feeding it across the way to Jonescu, and his shot swallowed up by Eisman once again. Comerford standing, ready to get back on the ice in 3 seconds. And the timing is good. If the Rustlers can win this faceoff, send him on a stretch pass. But no such luck. The Aces cycle around the corner. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Weeks trying to chip it out of the zone along the wall, and he does, just barely. Comerford gets a punch in the face along the wall. Gainey having some words with him. Nothing much more comes of that as the Rustlers ship it out to the red line, and then a huge hit, and now things are getting physical. Horn was in there mixing it up. Comerford mixing it up. There's an Aces player in there as well. I think it might have been Foe and Larson. Tyler Fisher adamantly pleading his teammates' case to the referees as they discuss in front of the timekeeper's booth. Fisher very unhappy about the results of that incident as the Aces will be on the penalty kill now. Rustlers getting a power play out of it. Hamilton, James, and Dicker up front on the power play with Fletcher and Mullet manning the blue line on this man advantage here. Mullet from the point gets it to Fletcher. They hit James in the high slot, but the puck bobbled on him, giving the Aces a chance to scoop it up and play down the ice. Now stretch pass to Dicker. He deflects it. And the puck heads in behind the Irma net. Hamilton's in there. James comes in. But the Aces get a hold of it, play it around the glass down the ice. A hard forecheck from Pfister, forcing the Rustlers to circle back. But now they get moving. Fletcher from center ice shovels it forward, but not very far. Puck bounces up in the air, and the Aces get a piece of it, but he'll get it out past the Rustler blue line. So Wainwright with a chance here, but Mackay with a good stick knocked the puck loose. But on the rush, his slap shot goes wide of the net. Now Fletcher has speed. He always has speed. He cuts to the outside, skates it in behind the net, tries to slam on the brakes, but he was getting held up along the wall. Now a chance from the side of the goal, but the shot doesn't make it through traffic. The Aces play the puck forward, and they're going to call that a hand pass as Herzog touches the puck. And things will come to a halt. There's 26 seconds left in the Rustler power play. 5:33 left in this second period. Aces win the draw. Gainey can't get anything on that clearing attempt, and Aykroyd able to pick up the puck. From behind the net, he plays it to the point to Miller. Miller walks the line, feeds it over to Fletcher. Back to Miller now. He fires a hard shot, but it goes off Aykroyd and into the corner. Aces able to clear. Well, that'll do it for that Rustler power play. Aces back to full strength as Miller skates it through the neutral zone. Carries it across the blue line himself. His shot is blocked. Now pass back to the point off the mark. Miller was going for a change, and his teammates on the bench are yelling, "The puck's in your feet." So he spins and fires it down low. Now Herzog down the right wing. Sends it back to Brandt, but he couldn't get a shot off. And then the puck eventually makes its way into the blue paint, and Eisman holds on for a faceoff. Four and a half minutes to go in this middle frame. Well, this has been everything you'd expect from a Rustlers Aces playoff game. A great diving attempt from Berg knocks the puck loose, but Mackay quickly scoops it up once again. And then the shot from Shibata blocked. Rustlers able to pick up the loose puck, get it out to center ice. Justin Gainey plays it off the wall to Lawson. His toe drag doesn't work. Rustlers knock it loose. Well, now Fletcher from his own blue line. He's going to pick up speed through the neutral zone. Just barely. Leggett stays on side, and he goes to the backhand. Fletcher scores. What a goal! Blake Fletcher with a great solo effort goes upstairs over the glove of Austin Pryor with the backhander and breaks the tie. He makes it 4-3 for the Rustlers with 3:40 to go in the second period. And Rustlers in tight once again. Tippler couldn't spin around, but Lishka cashes in. Kyler Lishka receives a pass right at the top of the crease. He was creeping down in the slot, made no mistake, went upstairs with the one-timer, and he's got his second of the night and extends this lead. It's a 5-3 advantage for the Wainwright Rustlers. And instead of the Aces answering a Rustler goal that time, the Rustlers answered their own and quickly turned the tides. Now Brandt skates it in, and the Aces answer again. Oh my goodness. Ross Herzog, the former Rustler, buries one on a great pass from Hayden Brandt. Here goes high glove side over Thomas Eisman. And it's a 5-4 hockey game. What a wild second period this has been.
Time to go. 306, 4, 3.
Now James forces a turnover just inside the Irma blue line. Hamilton tried a cross ice pass, but that was knocked down, and the Aces able to clear it out to the neutral zone. Bouncing puck in front of the Rustler net, and the Aces able to get a hold of it. Now they got numbers. They got a chance in tight. It's Zach Mackay, and Thomas Eisman, what a save! Eisman gets a big glove hand up. It was a 2-on-0 breakaway. And Eisman robbed Zach Mackay. Huge glove save. And he maintains the 1-goal lead for the Rustlers. Aces win the draw, and the shot from Shibata is blocked. Doesn't get through traffic. Another shot from the point can't make its way through the traffic either. Fletcher flips it out towards Woodward. He chips it forward, but he gets stood up by Gainey and can't chase it down. Now Shibata along the wall. His pass is picked off by Blake Fletcher. His centering pass goes off a skate, but Shibata able to pick it up. Feeds it forward to Lawson. Lawson has Fisher, tried to feed it to him, passes behind him. Fisher is able to pick it up anyway with a big long reach of his. And he fires a low shot kicked aside by Eisman. 1:40 left to go in the second period now. Comerford's pass towards Aykroyd. It takes a nice hop off the boards. Scores! Cole Aykroyd, his second of the night. And he restores the 2-goal lead for the Rustlers, and he celebrates appropriately with the crowd. There's still 1:32 left in this second period, and I feel like we've watched an entire hockey game in the last 18 and a half minutes.
Right.
Now the Aces skated out across the line. Gainey gets it across the way to Mackay, and his shot ends up sliding through the crease. Now Herzog from the point fires one wide of the net. Fletcher slides it forward. Comerford won't be able to catch it. Miller with a good stick to break up the stretch pass. Aces calling for a too many men penalty for the Rustlers. And now the puck ends up in the Rustler bench, and we'll get a face-off in the Irma zone. 47 seconds left to go in this second period, and the Rustlers winning 6-4. And off the face-off, Hamilton got hauled down trying to send a pass to the front of the net, with the Rustlers able to retain possession. Dicker from the corner slides it up the wall. Hamilton battling for it there, and Horn comes in to help and keeps it in the zone. James steps out in front, fires a shot from point-blank range, but Austin Pryor with a great save holds on to that one for the whistle with 24 and a half seconds to go. Now, as both teams are making line changes, a little bit of rough stuff in front of the Rustler bench. The linesmen get everything separated, and away we go for the last 24 and a half seconds of this period. Aces win the draw, and Gainey skates it behind his own net. Brandt able to get it out to center ice. 14 seconds to go. Aces trying for a last second effort here. Brandt from the corner fires one in front of the net. Miller picks it up, plays it into the corner. And a shot at the last second is blocked by Berg before it can make it to the net. And that will do it for a 9-goal period here in the second. We finished the opening 20 minutes with a Rustler 1-0 lead. It's now 6-4 for the home team. What an exciting 20 minutes of hockey. We need to take a breath, catch our breath after that one. Let's settle down a little bit. We'll be back in about 20 minutes for the start of what will surely be another exciting period in the third. Welcome back, folks. We are quickly underway for the start of the third, and we got a puck over the glass. We got a gentleman right in front of us who took a puck to the head. And they're going to usher him out, make sure he's okay. There's some blood going. Best of luck to Alex. That's a tough way to start the third period. Alex Heath taking a puck to the forehead in the crowd, but he'll be just fine. He's a tough Englishman. So 30 seconds gone in the third period now. The Rustlers leading by 6-4 coming into this third and final period of regulation. And the Aces come up ice. Mackay in behind the net, feeds it out in front. And that shot from Zach Mackay off the mark. And now Carson James with a little bit of space. He's got Ty Miller with him. James fires, and Pryor got a piece of it with his glove. Berg from the point, sends the puck in deep. Hamilton grabs it behind the net, plays it over to James. James got upended, was able to ring it around the boards. Fletcher not able to keep it inside the blue line, though. And now Hofer picks off a pass, plays it into the far corner before going for a line change. Berg with an aerial pass, looking for Hamilton. He's trying to chase it down, and he just came up a stride short from beating out the icing call on the whistle blows. 18:29 left in the third period.
Feel bad for Alex. That puck is Alex Heath, man. Puck is coming in hot.
Aces win the draw. And that shot from the point by Allen was blocked. Now Hamilton picks up the loose puck at center ice. Drops it for Ackroyd. His shot just high over the net. He's looking for his hat trick goal. Now from center ice, Lawson picks it up, fires a shot well wide of the net. Horn can't chip it out of the zone. The Rustlers do now get it out to the red line. Jamie tried to play it up the wall, but it caught the skate of the linesman. So Herzog picks it up, and his pass is picked off by Comerford, but he can't handle it. And the Aces get it back. Allen plays it up the wall. Out to center ice. Horn's there to pick it up for the Rustlers. He spins around, fires it off the wall. As he had teammates going for a line change, there wasn't much to do. The Rustlers nearly got caught with a too many men situation there, but got out of it scot-free. Now Larson, nice move in the slot, and then he gets tied up by Blake Fletcher. I was going to say good defensive play, but appears it was not so. That's going to be a hooking call, and he's going to head to the penalty box. So the Rustlers with a 2-goal lead and just over 17 minutes to go in regulation. We'll have to kill off a 2-minute penalty. It's going to be Comerford and Woodward, Weeks and Miller on the penalty kill for the Rustlers. And of course, for the Aces, it's Mackay, Herzog, Shibata, Mackay, and Gainey. Woodward picks off a pass, spins, and fires it down the ice. And he and Comerford get off for a change. Mackay puts it right in on net, steered into the corner. Now he gets it back at the point. His shot just wide of the net. Zach Mackay plays it down into the corner. It's Herzog there, feeding it around to Shibata. Back to Herzog. To Shibata in front. In the slot, he fires a shot just wide of the net. Now back at the point, it's Mackay. Down low to Herzog. Weeks without a stick on the penalty kill. Now he picks it up. But the Aces are moving it around the zone. It's Mackay at the half wall. Up to Gainey at the point. Back to Mackay, top of the circle. Into the slot to Shibata, and he doesn't get enough on that shot. Carson James had a stick snap on that shot block. He has to hustle to the bench. Rustlers can't get it out of the zone. A broken stick in the middle of the zone, but cleared aside by Mackay. And the Rustlers send the puck down the ice. 35 seconds to go in the Fletcher penalty. Leggett with good pressure on the penalty kill. And now Pfister carries it through the neutral zone, cuts to the outside down the left wing, drops it for Hofer. Hofer's shot kicked aside by Eisenman. Berg able to pick it up behind the net, clears it down the ice. And that will all but do it for the Fletcher penalty. The Rustlers with a good penalty kill here in the third period, holding on to a 2-goal lead. Back to even strength now as the Aces work their way through center ice. But Berg able to pick it up at his own blue line. He gets it to Lishka. He's got 2 goals in the night. Feeds it forward to Fletcher. He's got 1 as well. He fires a shot over the net. Pryor might have got a piece of that with the glove. Fletcher gets it back across the blue line. Aykroyd rushing to the net, and Fletcher's shot right on goal. Snagged by the glove of Pryor, and Aykroyd crashing the net, but not touching the goaltender. But the Aces still not happy about it. $14:42 to go in this third period. Aces win the draw. The Rustlers steal it away behind the net. Aykroyd in the corner, cycles it down low. Comerford in there battling for it now, in behind the net. Puck rings around the boards. Miller thought about pinching, but he backs up into the neutral zone. And now he gets it at his own blue line. Aykroyd gets the puck deep. Chase Fletcher there to pick it up. It gets knocked off his stick, and Comerford scoops it up, but it gets knocked off his stick as well. Aces clear the zone. And now Miller over to Hamilton. He picks up speed through center ice, crosses the blue line, tried the toe drag, didn't work, and now the Aces able to clear it off the glass and out. Jackson plays the puck in deep, but it gets knocked down before it can make it deep into the corner. Now the Aces able to clear. It's Lawson out across the blue line. He drops it for Mackay, but he gets hit by Dicker, and the puck comes loose. Now Dicker gets held up. He's looking for a hooking call, but nothing doing there. Dicker's play up the wall gets knocked down. And now James chips it off the opposite wall. Can't get it out across the blue line. Lawson fires a shot wide of the net. Karam's off the glass and out to center ice. Now Woodward from his own blue line spins and fires a pass, but Dicker was headed to the bench. And that is just barely going to be an icing call. Rustlers win the faceoff, and Berg skates it behind his own net, tries to fire a stretch pass to Lishka, but it got knocked down out of the air by Hofer. He spins, fires it into the far corner. Now Fletcher in the near corner. Tries to skate himself, but gets his pocket picked by Hofer. Or sorry, by Herzog. He swings it around the wall. Mackay is there waiting for it. Sends it down to Herzog. Pass down low into the corner now makes its way up to the point. It's Mackay. Across the way to Pryor. Denver Pryor's shot blocked by Tipler. Now Herzog in the far corner. Feeds it down low. Glover up to the point. And Mackay fans on that shot, or it looks like a block or a broken stick, sorry. Berg picks it up, flips it way up in the sky. And it catches some iron up in the ceiling, so the whistle blows. 11:35 left now in the third period. The Rustlers still up 6-4. There we got a timeout, Wainwright. Head coach Dustin Gorst flagging down the officials to call timeout. Let his boys get a breather. The Aces players, a bit of a power move. Standing in the faceoff circle, not going back to the bench. They just want to get right back to it. You don't see that too often. Team calls a timeout, and the other team just stays right where they're at. 11:35 to go. Rustlers win the draw. Berg around the wall. Lishka gets to it, takes a whack at it, can't get out of the zone. And Fletcher there to pick it up. He goes across the ice to Tipler. He bats it down, puts it to his backhand, and plays it into the far corner. Aykroyd now in behind the net, battling for it with Gainey. Puck comes loose and squirts into the corner. Chase Fletcher sends it out in front. Aykroyd looking for his hat-trick goal, but Pryor made a big save. And then a shot from Fletcher, missed the net, bangs off the glass and out to the neutral zone. Comerford brings it around in behind the net. And the Aces gain the red line and send the puck in deep. Miller's hard pass to Hamilton is deflected into Irma territory. But the Aces clear quickly. Rustlers regroup in their own end. The captain sends a stretch pass, but it's intercepted by Gainey. Gets it to Hofer. Gainey got dumped right after he sent the pass. And then Hofer's shot got blocked, and the Rustlers pick up the rebound. It's Dicker dropping it for Carson James, but I don't know if he was expecting that, and he overskated the puck. Herzog skates in, fires a shot, and it rode up the stick of Mullet up into the netting. Whistle blows with 9:49 left to go in the third period. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. And the Aces win the faceoff. Pryor loses an edge. But Mackay picks up the loose puck, fires it out in front, hit a skate in traffic. Made its way up to Pryor at the point, and he just rings it around the wall in behind the net. And then the puck hops over the stick. Hops over the stick of Jordan Mackay. A little back and forth in the neutral zone. And now Mullet from his own blue line. Cross the way to Tipler. Settles the puck down and gets it to Leggett, but it's blown dead. Offside, and Leggett put a little backhand shot on net as the whistle was blowing, and the Aces took exception to that. I think not even as a home fan, but I think that was a innocent mistake by Leggett. He was releasing that backhand shot just as the whistle blew. And they're gonna send a couple guys for offsetting minors. It's gonna be Brett Leggett and Hayden Brandt, each going 2 for roughing. And now Aykroyd picks off clearing attempt, skates it in deep into the corner. Chase Fletcher gets it knocked off his stick, and now the Aces come the other way. Shibata sends it in deep. Eisman comes out, plays it around the wall. And now the Aces get it up to the point. That shot knocked down by the glove of Eisman, but he can't hold on to it. The Rustlers cleared away and down the ice, and that's going to be icing. Almost paid for my home room that I still get to take. 8:15 left to go in this third period, and the Aces win the draw. Gainey fires a shot that gets knocked down in traffic in front of the net, and he's not able to keep it in the zone. And now Aykroyd might have a chance. The Rustlers have a 2-on-1. It's Aykroyd and Fletcher. Aykroyd puts it on net, kicked aside fairly easily by Pryor. Fletcher sends it in front, and Aykroyd gets a deflection, and he scores! Goal! Aykroyd with the hat trick, and the hats fly onto the ice. Aykroyd gets his third of the night on a beautiful deflection in front of the net. And the Rustlers take a 3-goal lead with 7:55 left in the third period. And then a massive hit by Josh Berg. He laid out Bowen Larson there, right to the Rustler blue line. And the Rustlers continue their physical play here with a 3-goal lead. They feed it up to Hamilton. He steps back, gets it to Dicker, and his shot goes off a stick and wide. Weeks keeps it inside the blue line. Tries to get it down low. The Aces scoop it up. And now Lawson picks up the loose puck. It's upended just inside the blue line, though. And the Rustlers pick it up. It's Blake Fletcher. Nearly got his pocket picked. Then loses control. It's Mackay feeding it down low for Herzog. And then an Aces player, it was Shibata, lost an edge at the bottom of the faceoff circle. Landed on his rear end, and the Aces able to Still moving around the zone, but not for much longer as the Rustlers have numbers come the other way. Blake Fletcher tried to go the backhand pass to Tippler, but it rolled just a little too far to get enough on it. Now Shibata carries it across the blue line. Fires a shot that went off of Berg's stick and wide of the net. That clearing attempt goes off the linesman. Rustlers get it back, though. Mullet taking his time through the neutral zone. Dumps it in just to the side of the net. Six minutes to go in the third period, and the Rustlers leading by 3 in this game 1 of the best of 5 semifinals. Comerford from behind his own goal steps out, just plays it down the ice, and it might not be enough for icing. It is not. A beautiful touch by Cole Comerford. Just a draw to the button on the goal line. Hamilton, a nifty play to sidestep the hit and pick up the puck in the corner, played it out in front. And now Fletcher able to keep it inside the blue line, plays it into the corner. James chases it down. Hamilton gets upended, and the Aces ringing around the wall and now out of the zone. Dicker gets it swatted off his stick. Hofer picks it up, plays it into the far corner. Miller feeds it up to Dicker, but it was just a touch behind him. When the Aces pick it up, Shibata tries to slide it over to Mackay, but off the skate of Fletcher. Now Herzog spins around in the corner, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Gets it to Shibata, but he gets his pocket picked. And now Blake Fletcher off to the races. But he puts it right in the chest plate of Austin Pryor, and the whistle blows. 4:17 remaining in the third period. Rustlers still up 7-4. Now Mackay picks it up in the corner. His pass goes off a skate, but the Aces get it back, and now Herzog at center ice picks up some speed, feeds it across the left wing. Lawson's shot goes high and over the net. Gainey gets it back down low to Herzog, and now the whistle blows. Looks like it might be an Irma penalty. And it will be. It's going to be 2 minutes for roughing against Justin Gainey. And trailing by 3 with 3:52 to go, the Aces will be down a man for 2 minutes or less.
I'm not the baby, I'm feeling green. Around 3:52.
The Aces swing it around the wall, but Berg keeps it inside the blue line. Feeds it over to Hamilton. Can't handle the pass cleanly, so he plays it in behind the net. The Aces able to steal it away. Fletcher keeps it inside the blue line, but Mackay is able to pick up the loose puck. Now the Rustlers come the other way. It's Carson James. Gains the zone, loses control of the puck. Ace is able to clear, but only down to the Rustler blue line. Miller skates it behind his net, now gaining speed. He'll skate it himself. Out across the line. Nice little move along the wall. Plays it out in front, and a chance there for Ryder Tippler, but is swallowed up by Pryor. Just about halfway through the Rustler power play now. And 2:54 left to go in the third period. Puck rings around the wall. The Aces chip it forward. Only to about center ice. Irma sends the puck in deep. Time ticking down on their comeback hopes here in this game one. Miller off the wall finds Aykroyd. He drops it for Tipler. Down the left wing, plays it to the outside. Gets it back to the point. Aykroyd fires a shot. Snagged by Pryor and held onto for a face-off. The face-off. Off the face-off, the puck trickles right on the net, onto the net. Oh my goodness. Stumbling over my words. Just the way Brett Leggett stumbled over the goaltender there. Pryor able to jump on that and we'll get another face-off. Aces win the draw and quickly cleared all the way down the ice. Eisman will play it against the grain and get it to his captain, Josh Berg. His stretch pass finds Woodward. He chips it forward. Now Fletcher picks it up at the top of the circle, drops it for Woodward. Back to Fletcher behind the net. Up to Berg at the point. Now Woodward. Now up to Fletcher at the point. And I thought he had kept it inside the blue line, but the linesman disagrees with me. So it's offside against the Rustlers with $1:37 left in this third period. Game 2 of this series will be tomorrow night in Irma at 6 p.m. And then we'll do it all over again next weekend. Game 3 here next Saturday at 8. And game 4, if necessary, in Irma on Sunday. And then, if necessary, a deciding game 5 would be a Wednesday night game here in Wainwright. A chance in tight for the Aces, and they score. It's Ross Herzog, his second of the night on a bit of a knuckle puck. And he beats Eisman to make it 7-5. And with 1:17 to go, the Aces claw their way back to within 2. Well, now play will be blown dead on a high stick as Blake Fletcher had knocked that puck down from up over his head. And 1:09 to go. Now Irma gets the puck deep. And Fletcher gets hauled down. Irma's going to take a penalty, but that will all but do it in their comeback hopes. They had the goaltender pulled. But now Tristan Hofer is going to head to the box, 2 minutes for hooking. In the other semifinal series, it's the Provost Combines and the Stettler Imperials. They played game 1 last night. And Stettler, the number 1 seed, won 4-2 on home ice. Rustlers looking to do the same here as the 2 seed And they got 45 seconds left until they can claim victory here and a lead, a 1-0 lead in the series.
Game 2, tomorrow night.
Rustlers just playing a little bit of keep away here in the final seconds. Woodward's going to skate it up ice with 10 seconds to go. Put a shot on net. Pryor's going to snag that one. And we're maybe going to get a whistle. No whistle blows. And the clock continues. The timekeeper had stopped the clock expecting a whistle. No whistle came. But I think they're going to let the time run out now, and that's going to be it. The Rustlers win. It's a 7-5 victory in game 1 of this best-of-5 series.
4-7.
A heck of a hockey game here on a Saturday night in Wainwright. It was a lot of fun to watch. And congratulations, Cole Ackroyd, 3 goals on the night. Kyler Lishka, a pair of goals. Tommy Eisman makes 29 saves during the victory in game 1 of the semifinals. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Game 2 goes tomorrow night in Irma. Keep an eye on the Rustlers' social media accounts for score updates throughout the evening. And we'll be back with you for Game 3 next Saturday night, same time, same place. You can find us here on YouTube, 8 p.m. next Saturday, Game 3. It'll be an exciting one, I can guarantee you of that. Thank you for joining us tonight. Until we see you again, stay safe, stay warm, and we'll see you next time.